I would like to have you guys turn off your cell phones and any pagers of any sort so that we don't disrupt the performers. If you haven't noticed, there's catering in the back. Um, it was donated to us by the Culinary Arts Program at Cavalier Career Center. Um, we greatly appreciate your donations at the door, whether it was 50 cents or $50. We prefer the $50, but we'll take the 50 cents. Um, I'd like to first start off by telling you about the SET program. Um, this is its fifth year of being headed by Pat Heffer at Hazlet High School. It is a collaboration between LCC, Hazlet High School, and the Ingham ISD. Um, Here in this program, the students learn the skill sets of entertainment industry, um, and it ends up turning into this after we've learned everything. And let's see, SET program gives the kids opportunity to have fun. Um, Sorry, I'm stuttering a lot. I'm a bit nervous, but um, I'd like to also say that in this SET program, we've had a couple kids go from this program to a four-year Ivy League school, or they've gone right into the industry. Um, for example, a kid named Colin, he didn't go to college and he went straight on to go into cruise ships. And I believe he has gone back on another cruise. And we have Janae Lehman, who has been going to a four-year Ivy League school, studying about how to be a stage manager and all that other fun stuff. Um, as you can see around, we, the SET program, have been working on this for the past couple of weeks. Make sure you take a look around. We have fish over here, and we have um, grass, and if you didn't notice, the wall is made out of styrofoam. Um, First off, for the performance, we have Danielle Lynch.
What's up? Yeah, hi. My name's Danielle Lynch. I'm going to be reading a poem, and it's called Nightlight. The nightlight, strong and strange. The time when the lights click on, one by one. When both worlds are awake. Bedtimes for parents and their little kitties, and high schoolers and college students preparing to burn the midnight oil. The world is between night and light. The world is nightlight. Thank you.
Thank you, Danielle. Next, we have Breanna McGuire performing a poem.
The first poem I'm going to read is called Do You? Do you see everything I see? Do you hear everything I hear? Do you smell everything I smell? Do you listen to everything I listen to? Do you breathe the air I breathe? Do you hope for everything I hope for? Do you wish for that certain thing that everyone wishes for? Or are you different? Different enough not to be with me? I see what you don't. I smell what you miss. I hear what flies past you. I listen for what you hate. I hope for what you I hope for you to get help. I wish that I could love you, but you're different. And you don't want to be with me. The next poem I'm going to be reading is called You Treat Her Like. You treat her like she's nothing. You treat her like she's spit. You treat girls like they have no right. You treat girls like we live in the 50s. It's not the 50s anymore. We have sword. Far from no right to fighting throughout the night. We live in the 21st century. Everything is meant to be. Treating girls like spit, get a hint. Life's not how it used to be, so take this advice from me. The next poem I'm going to be saying is called High School. New you, new life, new friends, new sight. Mature, drama, immature life. Peer pressure, drugs, bad groups, thugs. Lots of teachers, hungry teens, weird creatures, nasty beans. Growing up, life's tough, good grades, way too much. Life is different, life is new. This is what happens in high school. The last poem I'm going to be saying is called Best Friend. I look at him and smile. I look at him and wave. I think about him often. I wish to always see his face. I would love to be his girlfriend. I would love to hold his hand. Hold him tight, never let go. But the worst part is, he already loves someone else.
Thank you, Breanna McGuire. Next up, we have Jordan Ripley with a poem.
So I'm not quite sure what I'm reading yet, so I think I'm just going to flip around until I find one. Yeah, here we go. This one is titled, One of Those Days. My emotions have disappeared today. No longing in my heart, no tear on my face, not a drop of blood on a fist. I want it back. The love, the depression, the hate. I want it back. This one is titled Childhood. Dark brooding past? Pfft, hardly. Just a pissed off kid who knew more than he should. They told me I needed to learn, and I told them I already knew about the alphabet. I also told them about how I stayed up all night because my thoughts kept me awake again. I asked if I could sleep. They seemed appalled at the prospect. But let's skip that part. I asked my mother, my teachers, my dad, and my sisters why people are mean. They all, in one way or another, told me because they are. Answers like this just pissed off the already angry child. It would be better if they had just said, I don't know, sorry. My lack of sleep continued on an exponentially expanding path. The more questions I had unanswered, the longer I had to think and stay awake until I was delusional enough to believe my own false answers. Now let's fast forward even further. About to graduate from my small 8th grade class, and all I can think is, finally, I get away from these oppressive mind numbers. With a recently broken heart, I figured I could use a break like that. Never have to be pestered by those people again. Sounds like a party. Now I miss my classmates, but I will never miss those classes. One more trip forward, now to the present. The enraged little boy has become a man who refuses to accept any answers, but understands this and moves on. Despite how often I complain about my insomnia, I get much more sleep than I used to. Knowing that I've gotten over the past, I can only start over. Dark brooding past? Pfft, hardly. One second. This one is dedicated to an article of clothing that has recently died. Bright red sweatshirt, I'll miss you so much. You're tattered and torn, thrown on the floor, and the stains on your sleeves will never wash out. You've lost all warmth, and your style is deteriorating. Nostalgia is the only thing you're good for anymore, and I can think back to the day I got you, so clean, so cozy, and a lighter shade of red than you are today. I thank you because you lasted me nearly 4 years, and there will always be a place on my shoulder that misses you. one's titled Surrounded. Surrounded by these four walls, sitting in my own filth, and a door that never opens except to let me enter and leave. Never is the door left open for people to see. I feel so isolated and peaceful. Surrounded by these busy halls, no one moving of their own free will, just walking toward their destination, slow and sluggish, like one of my nightmares. Never waver from my path. I feel tired and restrained. Surrounded by all my friends, in an open field with moonlight, fire pit sits off to the side, blazing orange. Warm and lighthearted in both body and mind. Never is the door open for people to see. I feel happy and confused. Last one I'm going to read is pretty short. It's called Equality. Equality is the most important thing in life. Without it, we would be living in a world where money means everything, people get denied fair treatment just because they are different, and war is simply just a way to say, we're better than you. This is not the world I see. Then I wake from my dream and enter my most magnificent nightmare.
Thank you, Jordan. Next up, we have Ryan Cohn with a rant.
Hi. All right, so I've prepared a rant on horror movies because I've been watching a lot of them recently, and they really bother me because you would think that these filmmakers would eventually get the idea that their played-out crap fest has already been produced 1,000 times before. And once again, you would think that these same people would get the idea that dropping $50 million on a remake of a box office bomb would also be a bad idea. I swear I've seen the same Friday the 13th movie at least 7 times. In fairness, one of those times, it was in space, and that was kind of cool. And they always use the same devices, too, like the black dude dying first or the blonde chick survive until the end. Every time. And they're always slasher films, too. Any horror movie is a slasher film. They're never about any really horrific situations, like a nuclear holocaust or something, because any movie like that is an action movie that stars Jason Statham playing some action hero, you know? And we don't have really good classic horror movies anymore like we used to, like Halloween and The Dawn of the Dead and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Instead, the movies that we have forced down our throats are movies like Halloween, Dawn of the Dead, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And they always star the same bad actors too, like Naomi Watts, who was in The Ring, Children of the Corn, Funny Games in the Ring 2. Can't stand Naomi Watts. And there's so much nudity in them. Why is there so much nudity in slasher films? Like, I'm not complaining, but just, are we really that desensitized to gore that we can ogle the body of some woman who's just been decapitated, you know? And it's always some actress trying to get big in Hollywood by, you know, getting naked for the camera. And then in that movie, all our friends are like, oh my God, Becky just like totally got killed by like Freddie Mercury. We should all go get like tans and look like overcooked pieces of bacon. Valley Girls. And they never think, they're not intelligent, they never think that the killer is in the next booth like he always is. And you know, you would think that they would be tipped off by the ominous music playing. that you know, they're in a bad situation and that the best idea would be just to drop everything and haul balls for the hills, which of course have eyes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ryan Cohn. Next up, we have Brianna Carter with a poem.
Well, first off, I would like to give a shout out to my friend Shelby. I was supposed to tell her hi, so hello, Shelby. And the title of my poem is called My Voice. I wear a mask to hide the pain. It's the only thing that keeps me together, that keeps me sane. I hide from the fear, anger, and rage. locked up like a bird tight in a metal cage. I hide behind the mask to hide the bruises and the scars, and to keep my soul kept tight from being beaten by imaginary bars. I laugh with my mouth and cry with my heart, when trying to keep it together when I feel like falling apart. I try to tell myself everything will be just fine. I giggle and shake it off. Meanwhile, the devil whistles down my spine. I hide behind the mask from January till December. I hide behind this mask to keep it all together. To be the real me takes a lot to see that it is not easy to be free, and to be free is not easy. Trapped behind the bars to not unlock the bruises and the scars. So I let down my mask today to show the world that I am this way, that I can hear and I can see, but to speak, that one's hard for me. To unpry my lips, to scream the gift that God has given me, my voice.
Thank you. Next up, we have Epis Anchor.
Hello. Okay, I will be reading poems for you today. And the first one I have is called Perception. The world blinks, I disappear. The world thinks, are you still here? A sudden silence, and I'm gone. A sudden whoosh, and I'm your pawn. A flicker of life, but then it's still. I'd stand and fight, but I've no will. Human perception, that's all we know. That's why I stop when they say go. My feelings buried, clawing inside. I'm a liar if I say I've tried. Without a will, there is no way. And you sapped all mine that yesterday. So now I shimmer, fade out of sight. If you could save me, I think you might. But your perception is human too. So 'tis only me in love with you. Okay, this one's called Traffic Lights. Okay. Changes. Green to yellow to red. Red to green. But there's no one to go, nor anyone to stop. Dawn is breaking, and the lights change for who? Stillness. One solitary soul with their own destination eventually waits patiently there. Then all is silent again. Changing, even when we are still. The world goes on, even when we don't. Looking through fog and mirrors to see someone's life but our own. Their world means something too. The light turns green, and so I go. And then my last one is called The Flower. It's all starting to get to me, the flower said to the tree. How in this forest, I'm so odd and small as you can see. But the tree just laughed and shook its boughs. But don't you see, my friend? I'm old and wrinkled all the day. You're gorgeous to the end. The flower started to retort, but the wise tree surmised. You may be small, but still, your beauty is much prized. Trees are good for shade and air, but fat and gray we stand. You are like a maiden fair from a distant magic land. But we are born as who we are, and that's how we shall remain. So stand up proudly, show your head, and gladly wear your name. And so the flower, weak and small, shone as brightly as it could, and never was there any flower prettier in the wood. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have Nikki Hill with a poem.
I'm going to be reading two poems, and the first one is called After You Left. This is what happened after you left. My heart stopped beating, my lungs stopped breathing, after you left. When I think of you now, my mind goes crazy, nothing can save me, after you left. After you left, I was dead inside, only to see you when I close my eyes. Now it's fading, I can't see you in my dreams. I'm needing help now, there's no way to see, after you left. Dear God, help me now, I'm begging you please, to bring back these memories that were once so free. I've forgotten now about you and me, that we were supposedly meant to be, after you left. Now I can't even remember your name, 'cause there's nothing left of me or you, never something new. This is what happened after you left. My heart stopped beating, my lungs stopped breathing, after you left. And now, there's nothing left. next one's called Scared. I'm scared to get close and fear you'll break my heart. I'm scared you're gonna end this just when it began to start. I'm scared I'm gonna lose you, scared you're gonna go. I'm scared that you were lying about things I do not know. I'm scared of loving you, 'cause love hurts a lot. I'm scared of giving you my heart. It's all the protection I've got. I'm scared to let you in because I'm scared of what I simply am. I'm trying to love you the best that I can. I'm scared to let you hold me. When you let go, I may cry. I'm scared to say hello when you may say goodbye. I'm scared to let you know these things. I do not know what it means. I'm scared things are an illusion. Love isn't always what it seems. I'm scared to let you kiss my lips. It might fade away. I'm scared that when tonight is over, you won't remember me today. I'm scared of fate, scared to let you know I do love you so much, but I'm just scared that someday I'll have to let you go.
Thank you. Next up, we have Em Martinson with a song.
I know, they're so bright. Anyway, all right. So this song, I actually wrote. It was like in January, but I kind of shelved it for a while, and I didn't really. I wasn't originally kind of satisfied with it, and then lately, I've been watching a lot of 6 Feet Under, which is an awesome show. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's hilarious and sad at the same time. But it kind of reminded me because for those of you who don't know what it is, it's a show about these 2 brothers that operate a funeral home, and much of the show is, of course, about loss, and that's kind of what this song is about. I wrote about my brother, my youngest brother, and so this song is called Adam. Adam, I wish they could have saved you, but you left too early for them to. Adam, when you left, no single eye was dry. It's not important as to why. It was all here for you. There's nothing to look forward to, and I'm trying really hard not think this is wasted love. You robbed us of, and we were so scared, and I would have cared. Adam, I keep repeating your name, thinking it will take back what eventually happens. But Adam, it really hurt when you left. It was all here for you, and there's nothing to look forward to, and I'm trying really hard not to think of this as a wasted love. You robbed us of, we were so scared, and I would have cared. still want you back all the same. We still want you back all the same. Now come back, and we'll never let you go. And I'm trying really hard not think of this as the wasted love you robbed us of. We were so scared, and I would have cared.
Thank you very much. Next up, we have Jenna Rochelle with a poem and a song.
Okay, I'm going to start out with a poem, so hopefully I won't be nervous when I sing. Okay. The warmth of the water keeps me from your cold ways. This fortress protects me. The dripping faucet tells the time I've spent here and there. My hands show my secret. The deformed wrinkles tell the true time I've spent here. In my eyes, the wisdom found beyond my years. Here now, I am a squid, hidden in the deep, holding secrets of the unknown. Untouched by most things, I am still misunderstood. The years have passed and will continue to pass, for my time here is endless. I continue to grow and learn, a sage among the things I encounter. They will turn to me. They will turn to the deep, not understanding their path, and will come across mine with the need. This is an endless chain, and I am the slave. Okay, this is my first time ever singing in front of people, ever. This is a song I wrote about being a cart pusher at Meyer. And it's a blues song. I go to work all the time, and I push them carts rain or shine. My manager Joe hates my guts. Ain't telling no why he hates me so much. I'm just a cart pusher. My life don't get glamorous. I'm just a cart pusher. My life ain't fabulous. From time to time they let me work inside. I pick up trash, spills, and grime. The boys in the back are lots of fun. They told me to transfer before the year's done. I'm just a car pusher. I'd rather stock yogurt instead. I'm a car pusher. Gave me the late shift again. I've worked there for a year and a half. Just a hustler for the corporate man. $7.25, don't afford no benefits. Feet are tied and my legs are bruised to bits. I'm just a car pusher. Bring 'em in 10 at a time. I'm a car pusher. I'll take those minis inside. They don't like us working together, no, no, no. That doesn't stop us, though. I've got lots of friends in that parking lot. I give one quick, swift call and they stop on the spot. I'm just a car pusher. Call me hot lips 'cause I never shut up. I'm the car pusher. Now have a nice day if you please. Have a nice day if you please. Have a nice day if you please.
Good job. Excellent. Next up, we have Catherine Steinfeld with a series of haikus.
Hello. I'm really short. So, Neil here is going to accompany me with some dancing. Some interpretive dancing. My brother is currently studying abroad in Africa, so I was inspired by him. Kind of. He's not. He's kind of in these. I'm a little nervous. Okay. Zebras look real sweet. They have been known to have stripes. Michael, Africa. You don't have to clap after all of them. There's quite a few. Okay. Hyenas can drool. Lots of spit goes in his hair. Michael, Africa. Gazelles are jumping. Here come the cheetahs to feed. Michael, Africa. Ostrich mom lays eggs. He is quick. She is faster. Michael, Africa. Lions tearing meat. Run, go giraffes. Michael, Africa. Roses are red. Yes, red. Sorry, it's my math homework. It's a little hard to read. Violets are putrid. Come back, Michael. You're really great.
Good job. Thank you. Next up, we have Kyoto Tanemura with a poem.
First off, I want to thank my friends for actually bringing me here, because I am extremely nervous right now and all that, so yeah. Don't you dare. No. So, first poem was inspired by my uncle. It's titled, "It Was You That Started the Fire." How surrounded by barbed wire, it was you that started the fire. And that annoyance you hired, liar, 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 liar. Speak softly and carry a stick. Tried to make us another brick. Instead you found out where we tick. Looking at your face makes me sick. The floor, the walls, the roof ignite. Do you want a pencil to write? Your last words, because time is tight. I was only acting polite. After all, you were just cheap spies. Think this is where the villain dies. Your whole presence I despise. The fire continues to rise. On that note, here's Poem for someone I think is very special in my life. German nose, high cheekbones. Cute in those active clothes. Legs folded and a message coded, but nothing to hide on the inside. Those eyes brown were headed down a long hallway, but for now we stay. And the moment for words meant a sweet embrace, my pulse race. Yet finds shelter and cannot falter, feeling so understood for everything I would do to get to you. So stay a while and we can count the tile, and about forget where we need to get. Practice and plan smother, but we won't miss each other. For my heart so little, just for a little.
Thank you very much. Next up, we have Mitchell Krebs with some jokes.
Sorry, I just wrote these today. Well, I didn't really write them, but I got them. Okay, do you guys know what the elephant said to the naked man? Anybody? How do you breathe with that little thing? What do 90% of Americans say before a car crash? Okay. Oh crap. What do the other 10% say? Hold my beer and watch this. Remember, don't drink and drive. It's pretty bad. What do you call a fish with no eyes? Shh. And I don't know about Alzheimer's, you know. It pretty much stinks for everybody who has it. Anybody have Alzheimer's in the crowd tonight? Anybody? No? Well, some of the benefits are you don't have to watch reruns on TV. You always meet new people every single day. And you can hide your own Easter eggs, you know? Okay. Now I'm getting a little bit more serious. I've got a little poem. I wrote this today. I don't know what it's titled. I see lights up and down. The feelings got me spinning round. Look left, look right. Thank God I still haven't seen the light. This is my life, and I hope I don't go through with strife. That's all I have.
Thank you. Next up, we have Tiara Wesley Phillips.
Sorry, I didn't really want to read anything, but obviously a bunch of people told me to come up here, so I'll do it. This first poem is titled I Am. I am hopeful and insecure. I wonder if others see the real me. I hear the unspoken words of fear to be alone. I see beyond the people's masks. I want to love and be loved. I am hopeful and insecure. I pretend to know all the answers. I feel the cold fingers of doubt grabbing at me. I touch the trembling hand. I worry that I am wrong. I cry that I am useless and unneeded. I am hopeful and insecure. I understand that tomorrow is never promised, and I say every day is a gift. I dream I'll find my own happiness. I try to be confident and love myself. I hope for the best and reach for the stars. I am hopeful and insecure. All right, the next one is a poem from 9th grade called Ode to a Hershey Kiss. I'm sure some of you remember that. My hands tremble with excitement. It sits there, tempting me. In its silver foil, the light shines on it, so there is a gleam. It is a silver teardrop, or a majestic mountain waving its banner proudly, in its wrinkly yet smooth plumage, colder than ice, Sara is defiling her treat, misusing the kisses. Aaron is being inappropriate. I think enjoying something too much can be a pretty disturbing thing under certain circumstances. The teacher quiets the class. Listen to the kiss, she says. Eat me, you know you want to. The kiss taunts me. Just savor me, it demands. The smell is mouth-watering. It smells like heaven in a wrapper. Unfolding the gleaming package like a child at Christmas time, I release the chocolatey goodness. That's what she said. I worry the moment will soon be gone. It melts on my tongue. My taste buds come alive. This flavor, a taste of sweet and bitter kisses. Is there a limit to how much time I can take? Okay. This next poem is called The Person in the Mirror. I look in the mirror to find myself, stare into those dark brown eyes. I see that I am like the core of the earth, hard to reach, an uncharted, molten hot passion. Buried deep within the layers of myself, always burning, always yearning for more. More of what, though? Yet I do not know, but it is a long and perilous journey. With twists and bends, I fall along the way, trip and stumble like a newborn calf. I stray from my path, but I am tenacious, and I always get back on track. And within that molten layer of anger, love, and desire lies my center, the will of my being, all of my determination and strong will, as impenetrable as a titanium sphere. I am like fire. I can be warm, loving, even. Yet I can never be tamed. One wrong move and the fire burns you. But it's bright, that can break through any darkness. All this is me. As I look into the mirror, I see all the simple layers that create such a complex me. Most of all, I see that molten fire burning in my eyes and that unbreakable core. I look into the mirror to find myself. Stare into those dark brown eyes, I see that I am like the core of the earth, hard to reach, an uncharted, molten, hot passion. Buried deep within the layers of myself, always burning, always yearning for more. This next poem is a really old poem from like 8th grade, when I found out that I was actually kind of good at writing, and I was pretty excited about this, and a lot of people liked it, so I'll read this next poem, and it's called The Devil's Pawn Shop Only Sells Darkness. The darkness calls, awaiting the weak, a strong heart that falls, darkness at its peak. Lost and alone in such a desolate place, faint screams calling for a light to replace the hate. A river of tears yearning for love, knowing it's far too late, for here there is no dove. Darkness and light go hand in hand. Without the other, neither can stand. Life and death, brothers by far, each of them leaving their marks and their scars. The pain and torture, endured different ways, grows stronger and darker with each pass of days. Children alone, the cry of lost souls, screams of the hurt cannot be consoled. To buy from the devil, the unholiest of tempters, is to trade your soul, for you are no longer a redemptor. And your heart shall wither, and then you will find a whole different level, a price to pay for business with the devil. Steer clear of his pawn shop, keep strong in your ways, for those who stride in this realm of decay will only know hurt, torture, and pain. And left on their soul is a blood-red mark of a stain. So proceed with caution, for his promise of paradise does hearken. But the devil's pawn shop only sells darkness. This is my last poem. I don't have a title for it because I wrote it like 5 minutes ago. All right. Sometimes I feel trapped, suffocating, lost in this turbulent world, surrounded by so many people. At times I am scared. I do not know how my life is significant, what makes me so different from everybody else. I just wish to move forward in life and make something out of the nothing that I am. But I can't see, left or right, nor in front of me or behind. In this void we are all stuck in. Who can tell which way is up and which way is down? One can only hope that in the grand scheme of things, All of our mistakes and small accomplishments will lead us to a better tomorrow. One can only hope and pray that while we mill about in an endless wander through the sands of time, that though our lives are finite and so incredibly small, that our lives will leave an imprint in the heart and souls of those we leave behind. That our legacy continues on, just as these simple words written on this paper, that we can leave to our friends and family in this world our legacy through written and spoken word. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Next up, we have Sara Hurls with a poem.
It's Hurlson, by the way. My poem doesn't have a title. Sara, who steals lighters? Anyways, I write around your blood just to try to preserve what innocence that was left inside you. I know not which Sara you speak of. My heartlessness is not of my being. It's merely a character flaw. I am a product of my environment. My purity is questionable, at best. My efforts to change aren't admirable. The person I am now isn't who I should be. More than one entity residing in one being. Sarah's, you could get off a plea of insanity, for how can they charge you? If you have multiple entities, which one will they charge? I'm sorry, I was really nervous.
Thank you. If there's anyone else who has something prepared for tonight, may I mention prepared, you are welcome to the mic. Give a hand for Kyle Wolf.
Microphone check. We good back there? All right, cool. Hi, I'm Kyle. I'm in the SEP program. I run sound mostly because I like it. It's cool. I just wrote this poem like 2 seconds ago. It's about this. It's 2 haikus, and I only got halfway through the third one, so I'll read that one too, I guess. This is a big wall. This is a gigantic door, and there's fish in there. There are fish in there. Oh, I gotta be right. Okay. There's a hole here. Yeah, made by my carelessness. Pat was not happy. Oh, this grass is real. Thank you.
That was beautiful, Kyle. Anybody else? Okay. Oh. Hello.
I'm not sure if I should be up here because I'm only an 8th grader. Whatever.